From his time at Stanford to a congressional run, Ben Savage has been busy, even if he doesn't grace our TV screens as much these days. So what is the formerly super famous young actor up to now? Cory Matthews finally met the world when Boy Meets World wrapped up in 2000, and lead actor Ben Savage was ready to move on. He told Rolling Stone, "I was 19 at the time and had been on the show for 7 years. I was really focused on going to college." And that he did. Savage enrolled at the prestigious Stanford University, and he mostly retreated from show business, only appearing in one major role over the next 6 years, in 2002's Swimming Upstream. At Stanford, Savage surprisingly didn't major in theater, film, communications, or any other kind of arts or entertainment-based discipline. Instead, he pursued a degree in political science, with a special interest in government and structure, as many high-achieving college students do. Savage also supplemented his studies of how the government works with the kind of prestigious high-profile internship that most any political science major would want. He worked in the Washington, D.C. office of the late Pennsylvania Senator Arlen Specter. He told Rolling Stone, "Getting an internship in D.C. is really all about connections. I thought it would be a fun experience." It's not that Ben Savage has completely disappeared from Hollywood. It's just that he's not the out-and-out star of a popular situation comedy anymore. He does, however, stay in the world of show business by playing the episodic TV Guest Star of the Week game. Not only does that kind of work pay the bills, it also gives an actor a chance to put his performance skills to the test, potentially playing a wildly different character with every new gig. Savage has really mixed it up, too. He played a nerdy military engineer on Chuck, a possible murderer on Without a Trace, a nasty blogger on the Kidcom Shake It Up, a sketchy lottery winner on Bones, and as the younger version of Mandy Patinkin's character on a flashback episode of Criminal Minds.
It's never been more important to catch a guy like this.
If you're over the age of, say, 20, you're probably most familiar with Ben Savage for his role as Cory Matthews on Boy Meets World. If you're under the age of 20, you know him from reruns of Boy Meets World that have aired on the Disney Channel for the past 20 years. The show proved so popular that it led to the network's sequel series called Girl Meets World. A brief synopsis: Cory and his Boy Meets World girlfriend Topanga are now adults in their 30s and the parents of a tween named Riley. It turns out that going back to the role that made him famous in the first place is just what Savage needed. Girl Meets World ran for 72 highly rated episodes. The Disney Channel ended the series in 2017 before it had a chance to get stale. Somewhere in between a guest star gig and being a full-fledged series regular is the casting status known as recurring role, in which a character pops in every few episodes or a few consecutive installments as part of a plot arc. After the demise of Girl Meets World in 2017, Savage signed up for a stint on a semi-obscure sitcom called Still the King. It starred Billy Ray Cyrus as Vernon Vernon, a scandal-prone one-hit wonder who can't find any traction in the music industry and winds up becoming a drunk-driving Elvis impersonator turned church handyman on parole. It was, in short, the complete opposite of Boy Meets World, and yet it attracted Ben Savage, who over the course of 4 episodes played Gene, a federal agent and master of disguise. Unfortunately for Savage, CMT canceled Still the King in late 2017.
I'm a porta potty baby!
During the relative obscurity between when Boy Meets World went off the air in 2000 and when Girl Meets World debuted on the Disney Channel in 2014, Savage made one notable attempt to return to TV as the star of a primetime show. In 2007, Savage headlined a lawyer sitcom called Making It Legal. Created by Freaks and Geeks writer Jeff Judah, the series would have concerned 2 attorneys competing for an open partner slot at their Chicago firm. Savage stayed in his wheelhouse, playing a neurotic, nervous, and eager-to-please young lawyer. The cast also included Scott Wolf, Ashley Williams, and Jeffrey Arend. Making It Legal could have been Savage's big comeback, and it could have represented a complete break with his kid stuff past. But unfortunately, the pilot didn't get picked up for a full series run. Savage has tried to get a movie career going with a variety of roles in an array of low-budget, independently produced films. While they might have earned solid reviews and enjoyed modest audiences at festivals and on home video, they were small movies in every way, as opposed to big blockbuster hits or major award winners. They didn't do much to increase Savage's reach. Among the interesting but obscure projects in which Savage starred are the addiction/family drama The Caterpillar's Kimono, the opposites attract romantic comedy Girl Meets Boy, the teen cancer tearjerker Swimming Upstream, and Palo Alto, California, a dramedy about 4 friends reuniting in their hometown on the first Thanksgiving of their college years. Ben Savage has a lot in common with his older brother, Fred Savage. Both got their start as kid actors and are best known for long-running ABC sitcoms that became cultural touchstones. Ben for Boy Meets World and Fred for The Wonder Years. They've also both moved behind the camera and behind the scenes as they aged, choosing to act less but opting to direct and produce. Fred Savage has produced a few comedy shows such as Party Down and Garfunkel and Oates, and he's directed dozens of half-hour episodes for shows like The Goldbergs and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Ben Savage has once again followed his older brother into the family business. Savage served as a co-producer for more than 4 dozen episodes of Girl Meets World, and he also took the director's chair for 10 episodes of the hit Disney Channel revival.
Family game night. My favorite night of the month.
A lot of actors who dominated TV in the 1990s by virtue of starring on a heavily watched network sitcom didn't actually disappear from pop culture or quit acting. They just moved into a niche where their services are appreciated, and their mere presence provides comfort and nostalgia. Several former child stars and teen actors from the 1990s and early 2000s nowadays make a decent living and enjoy sizable followings by starring in movies made specifically for cable TV stations. This includes Savage. In 2020, Savage headlined Love, Lights, Hanukkah. It's one of the Hallmark Channel's many holiday romance movies and one of the few with a non-Christmas theme. 2 years later, Savage broke out of his easygoing and comedic wheelhouse with the Lifetime original Girl in the Shed, The Kidnapping of Abby Hernandez. In the true crime docudrama, Savage portrayed real-life kidnapper Nathaniel Kibbe.
My friends will kill your entire family.
Ben Savage is a seasoned veteran of multiple television shows over the decades, and so is Mandy Patinkin. As such, Savage now fills a very specific niche for TV producers. He's the guy to call when a script calls for a younger version of a Patinkin character in a flashback sequence. In the second-to-last episode of Criminal Minds, which aired in 2020, Savage played Jason Gideon, Patinkin's character from the series, in some scenes set in the distant past. Then, just a couple of months later, Savage guest starred on Homeland as the younger past version of Saul Berenson, who is played in the present day of the series by Mandy Patinkin. Homeland co-creator Alex Gonza told TV Line, "There was some talk of trying to make Mandy, who is 67 in real life, look like he was in his late 20s, but we did some tests and it just wasn't believable." After dismissing the idea of hiring one of Patinkin's real-life sons, Gonza learned that Savage had played a younger version of a Patinkin character on Criminal Minds and reached out. Gonza said of the decision, "He just bears such an uncanny resemblance to Mandy." Not in the public eye as much as he once was, actor Ben Savage has valued his privacy and his time out of the spotlight, choosing to cultivate personal relationships with that de facto freedom. He embraced living a life not under constant scrutiny and developed a romantic relationship that he kept virtually secret for 4 years. According to People, Savage quietly began dating Tessa Angermeyer in 2018. About 4 years later, around Christmas 2022, the couple announced their engagement in an Instagram photo. The photo was posted on Savage's account as Angermeyer has her account on private. They'd only occasionally appeared in public together, but Angermeyer was present for Savage's campaign events while running for West Hollywood City Council in 2022. In a written statement, Savage's representative told People they are both very grateful and enjoying this exciting time with their families and friends. Ben Savage isn't as exceptionally busy as he once was with his acting career, which gives him the time and energy to pursue other passions. In his college days, Savage served as an intern in the Washington, D.C. office of Pennsylvania Senator Arlen Specter, and decades later, in 2022, he ran for office himself. Savage vied for a seat on the city council in West Hollywood, California, where he'd lived for nearly 2 decades, according to his campaign website. When all the votes were tallied, Savage didn't win one of the open seats on the board. According to the Los Angeles County Registrar Recorder, Savage finished in 6th place out of 12 candidates, garnering 6.32% of all ballots cast. Undeterred, months later, Savage officially set his sights on a higher federal office. In January 2023, Savage announced that he'd filed with the Federal Elections Commission to run as a Democrat in California's 30th House District in the U.S. House of Representatives, a seat set to be vacated when Representative Adam Schiff leaves to run in a U.S. Senate election.